any figure that you have, graph or a chart, where the axes are labeled clearly, you have to give some context for these numbers. So for example, these numbers across the bottom, 24, 72, 120, 168, 216. I mean, is this 216 bananas? Is this 216 elephants? Is this 216 rocks? Is this 216 light years? What do these numbers refer to? And that's why we need access titles. And so sometimes access titles will be present in Microsoft Excel, and sometimes they won't. Here, in this case, they are. And there's several ways that you can, take them away or add them. One way, again, is to click on the chart, go up to the chart design menu, and that brings up the chart design ribbon. And under add chart element, right here under access titles, you can turn on primary horizontal and primary vertical. Or you can come over here to this chart elements button, click on that, and you can add access titles here. But in this case, they're already present, so we don't need to add them. But what we do need to do is alter them. So if you look, we have one here. It's this little 0. So if I click that, it puts a selection box around it with those light blue dots as handles for that. And now this becomes just simply a font that we can change. So we can go back to the home menu or the home ribbon, and in this font subsection, you can change it to Times New Roman. Now we used 16 point for the axis labels, so we want to use a font that's larger than 16 for our title. So I'm going to choose 18 for that. And just make sure that it's bold. And now I can go ahead and just type in, by double clicking on that, what I want. So I want this to be vertical height. And always make sure you put units in. So this is in units of feet. All right, so we've got vertical height in feet. And over here, this axis represents frequency, which is the number that were counted between that interval. So I'll just click on that. So now it's showing it is selected. And then I'll come up here to the home ribbon under the font section, change the font to Times New Roman, 18 point, and bold. And I don't know if you can tell in this video, but that looks like lighter in color. I bet you that's dark gray. So let's check the font color. And it's not showing us, which probably means it's gray. So change it to black. And it should look better. Okay. And, on a slight aesthetic comment here, this title is a little too close to these labels. So I'm just going to move that over by holding down the left mouse button on the edge and just move that over a little bit. That looks better. Let me check the color of this one just to make sure that's black. Let's do that. Okay. So there we go. We've got 18 point Times New Roman bold axis titles.